Kendra, you're the best. Kendra Blackwood is the fucking best.
You know what, y'all? I would have to concur. I would have to say Kendra Blackwood is the best. She is like one of the hardest working digital co-hosts in the game. And y'all better know that on the B1 side of the game. This is Keep It P podcast, where we take news situations, everyday occurrences, and indeed we show how one could have and could not have been, keeping it P. And I'm not trying to tell you what to think. I'm trying to show you how to think. That's the reason why I bust down the articles the way that I do. And today be a very educational episode. We're going to show you how PC people act when other white people get off a code. So, as Oregon Education Department anti-bias training accuses white people of having thorough racist conditioning. Now, keep in mind, this is coming from Fox News. Shout out to Tori and Rain. But, you know, they don't like anything exposing who they are or what they are about. So it goes on to say, it says anti-bias training accused white people of having a thorough racist conditioning. Hold on. Let me stop that. I don't know why I got that little funny bunny video on there. But I didn't request it. Thanks a lot, sir. You can keep your little
blowing your own horn.
No, let me go ahead and put pause on that before you try to. I don't need that. Thank you, sir. Anyway, took the. Look. You don't try to do me. Anyway, it goes on to say, the training included several topics in critical race theory lens. Now, see. Everything telling you about yourself, PC people, ain't critical race theory. I know that's a code word for the shit that black people be talking about, but everything ain't critical race theory. Just that you got some flaws and your people did some effed up stuff, and you got to hear about it. The training, it said, for example, the literature and the training reviewed by Fuse Digital accused the U.S. of encompassing white dominion culture. That's the truth. Where's the lie? Uh-oh, you mad. It says, for white people living in North America, learning to be anti-racist is re-education process. The truth, because it starts at home. They are inherently taught to be racist at home. That is proven all the way down to Dr. Seuss. Come on, stop playing with me. It says we must unlearn our thorough racist conditioning to re-educate and recondition ourselves as anti-racist. The literature from training stated, we are consistently tempered to detour our off course by the racist propaganda of our society and our racist guilt and denial. In the face of society's own resistance, sustaining that will to continue this journey takes a bold and a stubborn effort. So basically, to say in that word salad with no commas or no pauses, basically what they're saying is the only way you're going to come up out of it is if you fight your stubbornness and actually do it. Just like I think I had a conversation on a previous episode about this documentary I got paid for to shoot out some cross-dressing individuals. And you know, yeah, there was some incentive behind it. Oh, better example. Marcel that just ran for Congress. He's LGBTQ, and I wouldn't give a hell a nothing like that. I supported my man's 1,000,000%. Matter of fact, I was honored to be one of the first people on our show to have him come talk about. They actually hit us up. I wish I could find that episode for y'all. But anyway, it goes on to say most of us first become aware of racial prejudice and injustice as children. I just said that. As white infants, we are fed a pabellum of racist propaganda. From who? Your mom, the first teacher of the child? Oh, okay. Just say that then. The early training was comprehensive and left little room for question, challenge, or doubt. The literature saying we resist and deceit and injustice of racism, but we did not have the skill counter the poisonous messages. Man, they don't like that they telling the truth on here. I'm just waiting for the lies. When the lies, I'll let y'all know if it's some lies, but they ain't said no lies yet. It says our conditioning filled us with fear, suspicion, and stereotypes that substituted for true knowing of people of color, aka black people, because there ain't no people of color. That doesn't exist. So I would wish black people would stop saying black and brown and people of color, because there ain't none. It says we internalize our beliefs about ourselves, other white people, and about being white. Those internalizations attitudes become actualized into racist behavior. Yeah, but we know why though. See, if y'all told the truth and just came out with it, then maybe y'all could get somewhere, but you got to fight the demons, my mans. It says one of the sessions in the seminar asks participants to enact a microaggression scenario over what may come up in the workplace. Racial microaggressions. This happens a lot, black people, and you may not know what it is, but you got to listen to this real quick, because this is how you kind of identify those microaggressions. I'm really good at this, and I check the shit out of people for this shit. It used to go over my head, but you know, that's why I'm not as hard on people, because I too once did and said coon things when I was asleep. That's what awoke me. When I woke up and I knew better, then I do better, right? And y'all can too. That's why when you listen to black media like this, you're learning how to be on code. It says racial microaggressions are defined by, according to the ODE, commonplace verbal or behavior indignation, whether intentional or unintentional, whether communicate hostile, derogatory, or negative slights and insults. So let me give y'all a couple real slight ones. Say you in a company meeting, right? And like a shooting or something like that happens. And you like one black people in there and they go, so hey Jamal, what do you think about this? It's a microaggression. That's putting you on the spot to see what you're gonna say, to see if you're gonna assimilate to all the white people around you. Right? There's other shit like that. Y'all, as black people, y'all know what they is, because you feel some type of way when it happens. The term is called aggressions. But to deny one's personal racism or role in this perpetuation is micro invalidation. So they do micro invalidation. Just like that one movie where Nate Parker made, where, you know, he had the prisoners and the cops talking, and then, you know, it was a movie where he should have got some get back at the end, but a talking session. And I think Cuz made that movie to try to curry favor from the Nat Turner movie that he made, where he was killing white people. But anyway, I digress. Another micro invalidation includes statements which assert that race plays a minor role in life success under an umbrella called the myth of mediocrity. And this is the denial of white privilege and white supremacy. You know, you seen it like I've seen it. Like, for example, I worked at this job where the supervisor was on crack. He done stole money from the business. He done been to rehab. He done blah da 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 da. But he was still able to get fired so many times and come right back and get that same manager's position and make that same money. That's white privilege. That's white supremacy. That's making sure that no matter what, their own is good. And they do that at the cost of your ass, specifically black people, because white women, gay men, Asians, Arabs, Mexicans, everybody's ahead of the list. First hired. Anyway, said denial that white person does not see color or race are other examples. So that's like when you be with somebody like, man, hey, mates, man, I don't see color, man. I treat people based off how they treat me. Nigga, that's racist, cuz that means you denying my individuality. Talking about you don't see color, because all you think everything is normal is white. That's a microaggression, y'all. Know when you being treated badly. It says anti-bias training, which launched in 2020, focused on the understanding of institutionalized racism barriers that hindered eliminate and the racial achievement disparities in our schools. The ODE told Fox News Digital that supporting every learner requires addressing racial inequities. It says, we know there are losing standing inequities in our systems that have led to the gaps in outcomes for students of color, Black people. We emphasize cultural responsibility, professional learning for in departments of education staff, and its reflection on the communities in the states. There are both an intellectual and an ethical bias for centering equity in professional learning and instructional materials. Attendees were also instructed to unpack the invisible snapsack of white privilege. Fox News do not like this shit. So what they're doing is, I'm gonna tell you what they're doing also. They're laying out the so-called curriculum of this program, but they're also highlighting and dog whistling to other white people to look for other white people who says or spouts these things as to they're not on code and they should be, demonized and avoided at all costs. So you got to listen, right? That's the reason I do this, y'all. The reason why I do this is because I have been blessed with the gift of comprehension. That's what they call it in school. You know those tests where you read the paragraph and then you got to answer the questions after it? I was really good at that. Like so good that I really never had to go back into the paragraph and remember what I read. Somehow I'm able to digitally recall something that I read, heard, seen, like word for like this little skill I got. So, I knew I would be good at doing this, and I tried to do it on many occasions, which led to me to where I am right now. But I think this is the greatest ability that I could get of y'all, man, on showing y'all how to become aware of what you see in the information. That's why we cover a whole gambit of stories. We cover robberies. We cover, a lot of things. But within the stories, first, I want y'all to be able to, if not anything, recognize the propaganda around y'all. I think another avenue that I want to go into is that I see every day, and my mind runs so fast, so I got to learn how to quantify it and produce it. But I see racist. Like, I'm gonna give y'all an example. I know this is way off topic, y'all, but this is it's relevant. There is on Facebook, there is one of those long little meme type of deal going on, and in it has the life of a man, right? And it shows the man growing up, meeting a woman, having the kids, getting a house, getting married, working hard, not being intimate with the wife or whatever, losing interest and up in divorce and blah, 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 blah. But one thing I noticed in that thing, they use stick figures to illustrate the wife and the man to tell the story. But when it came time to show who the wife cheated with on the husband, they took the to put a picture of a handsome Black man over the stick figure that was talking to the wife, to butter her up and get her to cheat on her spouse. And that's what you call microaggressions. Them are subtle little digs and jabs meant to demonize you on the low that you might not understand or you might not see. Another one I'm gonna give you. In commercials, this is the quintessential. You hardly ever see a Black woman with a black man and they have a family with kids. And the ones that you do see are the smart advertisers because they really want it. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, what you'll see is a single mother, black kid, no father around, or you see a single black father with biracial kids. You might not see obviously the white man with there's always the white man with the black woman. You'll always see that. And those are microaggressions to show and to say that black matter. Matter of fact, if you ever filled out and if you ever watched a training video for any work, notice investments or companies' websites when they have, the picture of the people that's on the workforce, it's always Hispanic man, Hispanic woman, Asian woman, black woman, white man, and no black dude. Black dudes do not be represented, and that's by design, y'all. I had to go off on that tangent, man, but this goes on to say with a lot of explaining. It says, last but not least, ODE told Fox News Digital that there's a long and painful history of racial bias in the nation. Students are ready for the system and institutions to change, creating just and equitable learning environment that embraces the history and the experience of all its learners is not only but also good for communities and our shared future. We must work together to ensure our schools are safe, welcoming, and embrace space to learn for every child in our community. Now, that would be great if that was right and exact, but that's the part of the article that I chose to catch on the go out part, which means that Fox News is just trying not to appear racist and covering their ass. But yeah, man, it's really deep out here, dude. I had a conversation with my kinfolk today, and this is my contribution to the cause. You see, and big up to cuz, man. I should be a politician, or I should run for office. And I'm like, nah, that ain't my bag. Although I could probably talk that, I see that for me though. Like, I don't have a problem speaking in front of crowds or advocating for things as like I do right now. Like, I'm a politician, but just in these digital streets, man, using my gift of creativity to bring y'all this information. So if y'all want to help out and y'all think that I know what I'm talking about sometime, like and share this program, man, and get it to as many people as you can. Make sure that you sign up to all of our backup channels, because once again, my main channel has gotten the axe, which I'm not worried about. That channel has been shadow banned for years, and as y'all see, I refuse to stop. So our next move is moving to our website, where we're just gonna strictly broadcast there, where we don't have to worry about nobody talking about what we can and what we can't say. Anyway, 4 words that I leave you with: love, peace, blessings, and the malohas. And y'all know what it is. Say it with your chest, man. The link to the description, the link in the description for the zeroantiblackracism.com. And yeah, let's go. Love y'all, man. We
need to go out here and say exactly what we want. And we got to say it with our chest. And we kind of start pussyfooting around, and we got to stop being scared to say exactly what we want, what we need. We need that paper. Say it with your chest. Damn all that. We need justice. We need y'all to love us. No. We don't need that paper. We need reparations in the form of a check. Let's start.